Hello everyone, myself Dr. Sriram Bhosle, Resident of General Medicine, Sri Lakshminarayan Institute of Medical Sciences. Today's topic is from acute kidney injury to chronic kidney injury. Acute kidney injury. Acute kidney injury is a syndrome characterized by sudden decline in GFR, which may be hours to days, retention of nitrogenous waste, disturbance in extracellular fluid volume, disturbances in electrolyte and acid-base hemostasis. Staging criteria. Diagnosed if one of the following criteria is met. Increase in serum creatinine of at least 0.3 mg per deciliter within 48 hours. A 50% increase in baseline of serum creatinine within 7 days. Or urine output of less than 0.5 ml per kg per hour for at least 6 hours. Classification. RIFLE. Risk, injury, failure, loss of kidney function, and end-stage renal disease. AKIN, Acute Kidney Injury Network. KDIGO, Kidney Disease Improving Global Outcome. Based on serum creatinine and urine output, RIFLE, AKIN, KDIGO classification as follows. Pathophysiology. Typically, three categories of acute kidney injury. First one is pre-renal AKI. Second one is renal or intrinsic AKI. Third one is post-renal AKI. Pre-renal, also called as azotemia, which is characterized by reduced blood delivery to kidneys, which is the most common cause. Other causes: volume depletion, hemorrhage, dehydration, GI fluid losses. Decreased effective circulatory blood volume, decreased cardiac output, congestive heart failure, myocardial infarction, hypotension, pulmonary hypertension, liver failure, sepsis, functional causes, ACE inhibitor treatment, NSAID treatment, ARBs, cyclosporine, and tacrolimus. Renal, also called as intrinsic azotemia, which may be renovascular obstruction, which may be unilateral or bilateral. Renal artery obstruction, atherosclerotic plaque, thrombosis, embolism, vasculitis, aneurysm. Renal vein obstruction, which may be thrombosis or compression. Diseases of glomerular or renal microvasculature, glomerulonephritis and vasculitis, HUS, TTP, DIC, SLE, acute tubular necrosis, ischemia, as for prerenal ARF causes, obstetric complication like abruptio placenta, PPH, toxin, which may be exogenous or endogenous. Exogenous toxins like cyclosporine, aminoglycoside, cisplatin, acetaminophen. Endogenous toxins like rhabdomyolysis, uric acid, and hemolysis. Interstitial nephritis, allergic one, antibiotics, beta-lactam, sulfonamides, rifampicin, NSAIDs, diuretics, ACE inhibitors. Infections, bacterial, acute pyelonephritis, leptospirosis, viral causes like cytomegalovirus, and fungal like candidiasis. Infiltration, mostly tumors, lymphoma, leukemia, sarcoidosis. And last one is idiopathic. Intratubular deposition and obstruction. Myeloma proteins, uric acid crystals, acyclovir, uric acid, oxalate, methotrexate, and sulfonamide. Postrenal causes: ureteric, which may be calculi, blood clot, slowed papilla, cancer, external compression, retroperitoneal fibrosis. Bladder neck causes: neurogenic bladder, prostatic hypertrophy, urethral closure, stricture at urethra, congenital valve, phimosis. This is a flow chart of acute kidney, which is clinical history. On after that, physical examination, laboratory test, and diagnostic test, which may be pre-renal, intrinsic, and post-renal. These are different causes of the all types of AKI. Chronic kidney disease. Chronic kidney disease. Definition. Criteria. Kidney damage for more than or equal to 3 months as defined by structural or functional abnormalities of the kidney with or without decrease in GFR, manifest by pathological abnormalities or markers of the kidney damage, including abnormalities in the composition of the blood or urine or abnormalities in imaging tests. GFR is less than 60 ml per minute per 1.73 meter square for more than or at least 3 months with or without kidney damage. Markers of kidney damage include albuminuria with albumin to creatinine ratio is more than or equal to 30 milligram per gram. Urine sediment abnormalities, electrolyte abnormalities due to tubular disorders, abnormalities detected by histology, structural abnormalities detected by imaging, history of kidney transplantation. How is the definition of CKD derived? Kidney disease, improving global outcome. 2012 Clinical Practice Guideline for the Evaluation and Management of CKD. For this definition, eGFR is calculated from the serum creatinine using CKD epidemiology collaboration. Those with eGFR less than 60 ml per minute per 1.73 square meter are considered to have reduced kidney function. Urinary albumin is assessed from the ACR, with 4 levels of ACR considered less than 10 milligram per gram, 10 to 30 less than 30 milligram per gram, normal or slightly elevate, 30 to 300 milligram per gram, moderately increased, or more than 300 milligram per gram, severely increased. Chronic kidney disease global burden, we can say. Chronic kidney disease global burden. Global burden for CKD is estimated to about 8 to 16%. Increasing prevalence of CKD is burning health issue. Worldwide, diabetes mellitus is most common cause of the chronic kidney disease. Chronic kidney disease in India. The approximate prevalence of the chronic kidney disease is 800 per million population. Incidence rates of end-stage renal disease in India 232 per million population. The most common cause of CKD in India is diabetic nephropathy. Chronic kidney disease stages dependent of GFR. GFR more than 90, kidney damage with normal or increased GFR. GFR between 60 to 89, kidney damage with mild decrease in GFR. GFR between 30 to 59, moderate decrease in GFR. GFR is between 15 to 29, severe decrease in GFR, and GFR is less than 15 or on dialysis is called as kidney failure. CKD stages, same like previously, dependent on ACR and GFR. Albuminuria classification, as we saw previously. The albuminuria stage is graded as A1, A2, A3. AER less than 30, 30 to 300, and more than 300. Less than 30, the terms is used as normal to mildly increase, may be subdivided for risk prediction. 30 to 300 is moderately increased. More than 300, severely increased, may be subdivided into nephrotic or nephritic, non-nephrotic, for differential diagnosis and management and risk prediction. Common causes of CKD. Most common is diabetes. Second most is hypertension. Glomerulonephritis is also cause of CKD. Cystic kidney disease. Other causes of CKD: glomerular, focal and segmental glomerulosclerosis, IgA nephropathy, membranous nephropathy, diffuse proliferative glomerulonephritis, minimal chain disease, tubulointerstitial like UTI, autoimmune disease, stones, obstruction, vascular, anti-neutrophil cytoplasmic antibody associated with kidney limited vasculitis, fibromuscular dysplasia, cystic and congenital, kidney dysplasia, medullary cystic disease. Risk factor of CKD: diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, SLE, family history of kidney failure, smoking, history of recovery from AKI, obesity, metabolic syndrome, lower urinary tract infection, and frequent ETRs, kidney stones, reduction in kidney mass, low birth weight, exposure to nephrotoxicity drugs. Common symptoms of CKD: fatigue, weakness, anorexia, nausea and vomiting, volume overload and pulmonary edema, pericarditis, peripheral neuropathy, CNS abnormalities like loss of consciousness, lethargy, and seizures can occur when the kidney function is severely impaired. Diagnosis of the cause of CKD: urine analysis looking for proteinuria, hematuria, and cellular blast. Quantification of proteinuria: kidney ultrasound, referred to nephrologist and kidney biopsy. Serum and urine electrolytes. Serum and urine immunofixation to rule out monoclonal protein. For glomerulonephritis, hepatitis serology, ANCA, anti-GBM antibodies, anti-nuclear antibody, and anti-double-stranded DNA. Complication of CKD: hyperkalemia, metabolic acidosis, and hyperphosphatemia, hypertension, anemia, malnutrition, mineral and bone disease, dyslipidemia, and sexual dysfunction. In more advanced CKD, it leads to uremic bleeding, increased susceptibility to infection, pericarditis, uremic neuropathy, and thyroid dysfunction. Stages in progression of chronic kidney disease and therapeutic stage strategy. Normal screening for CKD and risk factors. Increased risk, reducing screening for CKD. Diagnosis and treatment: treat comorbid condition and slow the progression. If decreased GFR, estimate progression, treat complication, prepare for replacement. Kidney failure, replacement by dialysis and transplant. Importance of the identifying CKD at early stage. To make definitive diagnosis, in case there are specific therapies that can be started. To institute treatment to prevent progression of kidney disease, such as inhibition of renin-angiotensin system. To damage the complication of CKD include anemia, mineral bone disorder, acidosis, most importantly cardiovascular system. To enhance measures to prevent and detect AKI, given CKD is associated with higher incidence of AKI. To for referral, sorry, plan for renal replacement therapy, whether it may be initiated or transplant evaluation or planning for the vascular or peritoneal assist for initiation of dialysis. Prevention of CVD in CKD: lifestyle modification, glycemic control, lipid control, blood pressure control, antioxidant therapy, and hyperhomocystinemia. Lifestyle modification: Promotion of healthy lifestyle with measures such as regular exercise, smoking cessation should be encouraged in all patients with any stage of CKD. In addition to primary and secondary cardiovascular benefits, modulation of lifestyle risks also confer renal specific mutation. For example, smoking in CKD accelerates the rate of progression of ESRD and increases the mortality following transplantation. Patients with CKD and those on dialysis have reduced exercise capacity and muscle strength, which are significantly improved with exercise training, with additional benefits on blood pressure and arterial safeness. Glycemic control. Good glycemic control should be achieved in CKD population with glycated hemoglobin targeted of between 6.5 and to 7.5 in accordance with NICE, Joint British Society and KDOQI guidelines. Following 22 years of follow-up, DCCT, Diabetes Control and Complication Trial study have shown that impaired GFR was significantly reduced in those with the intensive glycemic control group. In the advanced study, intensive glycemic significantly reduced nephropathy but had no effect on the macrovascular outcomes, while in the ACCORD study, intensive glycemic control failed to significantly to reduce CVD and actually increased overall mortality. Risk of CV cardiovascular events in CKD was a diabetes. We can see myocardial infarction and all cause mortality. Both dose reduction required in patients with chronic kidney disease. Most commonly drug used metformin, glimepiride. We can see lipid control. Patients with CKD have profoundly pro-atherosclerotic lipid profile, and declining GFR correlates to reduced SDLC. Statin used in CKD stage 1 to 4 has consistently been shown to effective in reducing cardiovascular mortality and was thought to offer the prospect of the slowing the rate of progression to more advanced renal disease. Use of statins in ESRD is less certain, with conflicting evidence of the cardiovascular benefit. In SHARP, study of heart and renal protection trial, simvastatin plus ezetimibe produced a 17% proportional reduction in the major atherosclerotic event, irrespective of CKD stage. Statin therapy should be considered for primary prevention in CKD stage 1 to 4 and transplant patients at high risk for cardiovascular disease benefited as 10-year risk for suffering a cardiovascular event is more than 20%. Total cholesterol of less than 4 millimole per liter or 25% reduction from the baseline or fasting or low density lipoprotein cholesterol of less than 2 millimole per or a 30% reduction from the baseline should be achieved, whichever is the greatest reduction in all patients. NCEP ATP3 update gave the additional optional target for lowering the LDL cholesterol levels to less than 1.8 millimole per liter in very high risk individual or to achieve at least 30 to 40% reduction in the LDL. Planet 1 and Planet 2 atorvastatin was rosuvastatin. Atorvastatin 80 mg per day and rosuvastatin 10 or 40 mg per day. Proteinuria, which is not reduced by rosuvastatin, is 20% reduced by atorvastatin, but has opposite effect on eGFR. Blood pressure control. An optimal blood pressure target in CKD represents a challenging area. The most recent guidelines for NICE recommend the initiating of antihypertension treatment for all patients less than 80 years of age with renal disease and stage 1 hypertension to achieve target levels of less than 140/90 for clinic recording and 135/85 as measured by the ambulatory blood pressure monitor. In line with the recent trials, lower targets in diabetes CKD are not advised. Olmesartan is a neuroprotective. Olmesartan prevents nephropathy in type 2 diabetes mellitus, significantly decreases proteinuria in nephropathy patients, also beneficial in hemodialysis patients by reducing advanced glycation end stage product. Roadmap: primary prevention of the nephropathy in type 2 diabetes mellitus. Patients of either gender in the age group of 80 to 75 years who are randomized to either 40 milligram olmesartan or placebo. The average baseline of BP participant was 137/80. Olmesartan was associated with a delayed to prevent new onset of microalbuminuria by 23% in type 2 diabetes mellitus with or without hypertension. Orion study: olmesartan significantly decreases proteinuria in type 2 diabetes patient with cohort nephropathy. Olmesartan was versus telmisartan in dialysis patient study was there. Olmesartan was significantly associated with a decreased systolic blood pressure compared to telmisartan after 24 weeks of treatment. Anemia: to do hemoglobin frequency of testing. No anemia stages G1 G2 when clinically indicated of CPD. Stage G3 at least once per year. Stages G4 G5 at least twice per year with anemia. CKD stages 3 to 5 at least every 3 months. Management: rule out other causes of the anemia. Iron deficiency, vitamin B12 deficiency, folate deficiency, occult bleeding. Consider iron supplementation and referral to nephrologist for erythropoietin stimulating agent therapy when hemoglobin is less than 10 gram per deciliter. Anemia is among the most common complication of CKD. Initial workup for anemia should be include assessment of iron stores. If iron deficient, oral or intravenous iron depletion is done. Patient with hemoglobin levels persistently below the 10 gram per deciliter, despite of addressing reversible cause, can be referred to nephrologist for consideration of erythropoietin stimulating agent. Mineral and bone disease. Test to do serum calcium phosphate parathyroid hormone 25 hydroxylase 25 hydroxy vitamin D, calcium and phosphate. Frequency of staging depends on the stage. Parathyroid hormone depends on the stage. Vitamin D depends on the stage. Management: consider phosphate lowering therapy. Example: calcium acetate, cevilamide, iron based binders, and vitamin D supplements. Hyperkalemia. Test to do serum potassium. Management: low potassium diet, correction of hyperglycemia, acidemia, and potassium bind. Metabolic acidosis. We have to do serum bicarbonate. Oral bicarbonate supplementation if values persistently less than 22 millimole per liter. Cardiovascular disease. Low to moderate dose statin therapy of the patient more than 50 years with CKD. Statin therapy for patient aged 18 to 49 years with CKD and coronary artery disease, diabetes, prior ischemic stroke, or high risk of myocardial infarction or cardiovascular death. Secondary prevention. NICE guidelines recommend us that individuals in all stages of CKD with history of chronic stable angina, acute coronary syndrome, myocardial infarction, stroke, peripheral vascular disease, or who undergo surgical or angiographic coronary revascularization be considered for the aspirin therapy and initiation of the ACE inhibitor and beta blocker unless contraindicated. Dual antiplatelet therapy with aspirin and clopidogrel is indicated for at least 12 months post-acute coronary syndrome and varying periods following percutaneous coronary intervention depending on use of the bare metal or drug-eluting stents. Antioxidant therapy. Patients with CKD, particularly those on the hemodialysis, have increased levels of oxidative state compared with general population due to following reasons: loss of antioxidant during dialysis, interaction between blood and blood dialysis membrane, neutrophils releasing reactive species in the response to bacteria crossing the dialysis membrane, reduced uptake of dietary antioxidant as a result of the malnutrition. In systematic review of the 56 studies of investigating antioxidant intervention in hemodialysis patients, antioxidants such as vitamin C, alpha tocopherol, and N-acetylcysteine were shown to reduce cardiovascular morbidity and mortality. ACE inhibitors and ARB. In the HOPE study, patients with risk patients were randomly allocated to ramipril or placebo, and results showed that treatment with ramipril reduced the rate of cardiovascular death in 26%, with the greatest beneficial effect seen in patients with the microalbuminuria. Reanalysis of the HOPE study showed that ramipril significantly reduced the risk of cardiovascular events in the patients with the renal insufficiency. ACE inhibitors and ARBs are associated with the increased survival of CKD in dose-dependent manner. Antiplatelet therapy. There are fewer data related to the effectiveness and safety of the antiplatelet therapy in patients with CKD. The best data come from the meta-analysis of 27,139 patients with CKD who participated in 50 randomized trials that tested the efficacy of the antiplatelet agent, mostly aspirin, for prevention of cardiovascular disease. Antiplatelet therapy significantly reduced the incidence of the fetal or non-fetal myocardial infarction as compared with the either placebo or no therapy. Antiplatelet therapy also significantly increased in the rate of the major bleeding. Antiplatelet had no effect on stroke or mortality. The results were similar in patients of all CKD stages. Diabetic kidney disease, hypertension management. BP target, which class? ACE inhibitor, ARB, fit for all, ACE inhibitor plus ARB, which antihypertension. The overall effect of BP lowering may be more important than the type of antihypertension used. Antihypertension therapy, regardless of the agent used, reduce UAE, delay progression of nephropathy, improve survival of the both type 1 and type 2 diabetes patient with diabetic nephropathy. RAS blockade with ACE inhibitors or ARBs confer preferential renal protection that is independent of BP reduction. ACE inhibitors, ARB, renal protection, diabetic nephropathy. Blood pressure in management in CKD and nephrotic patient with diabetes mellitus. Enhance ACE inhibitors and ARB action. The antiproteinuric effect of RAS blockade is enhanced by low sodium diet, combination of the loop diuretic or thiazide diet. Renal outcome with telmisartan, ramipril or both in people at high vascular risk. Multi-center randomized double-blind control trial, which shows ramipril and telmisartan is more effective. Other study, combined angiotensin inhibition for the treatment of diabetic neuropathy. Effect of multifactorial intervention on mortality in type 2 diabetes mellitus. Smoking cessation, dieting, weight reduction. Emerging treatment. Selecting emerging treatment of diabetic nephropathy like pyridoxamine. Proposed mechanism of action. Vitamin B6 derivative known to be effective scavenger and reactive oxygen species and potent inhibitor of AGE. Number of the recent emergency treatment of diabetic nephropathy available. Take home message. Diabetic mellitus is the most common cause of the CKD in our country. Prevention is better than cure. This still applies for CKD. Screening for risk factor, management of comorbidities, early referral to nephrologist. Thank you very much.